Hey, it's Maximo and welcome to Maximo's Travels. Join me as we spend a week in Tasmania. We fly from Melbourne to Hobart on Virgin Australia. We take the Sky Bus from Hobart Airport to Hobart CBD. We check into our hotel, the Ibis Styles Hotel in Hobart. We walk around Hobart's waterfront and have dinner at a very nice seafood restaurant right on the waterfront. Join me on the first of my Tasmanian series. It was Christmas Eve and we were making our way to the airport to catch our Virgin flight that was leaving around about midday. We always try and get away for the holidays between Christmas and New Year. It's a good time because Jo's able to close down her business without too much customer impact. So we made our way along the Tullamarine Freeway towards the long-term car park at Tullamarine Airport. If you've never been to this long-term car park, it is absolutely and utterly humongous. I've never seen so many cars parked in one place in all my life. Once you get to the car park, you get the bus to the main terminal. We left nice and early and we wanted to arrive at the airport nice and relaxed. This car park was full. It was lucky we pre-booked, otherwise there would be no way that we'd be able to park here if we had just arrived on the day. It cost about $100 to park here for a week, but at least the bus from the car park to the terminal is complimentary. The terminal was less busy than we'd anticipated, and it didn't take us long to check our bags in and make our way to the Virgin Australia Lounge. Considering it was Christmas Eve, we did think the roads and the terminal and the check-in process would take a lot longer than it actually did. So we were in the Virgin Australia Lounge about at least an hour and a half before our scheduled departure. It is quite a big lounge and it was relatively relaxing. There was a few people in here, but wasn't overly busy. I took the opportunity to do a little bit of plane spotting. The windows from the lounge at this terminal offers a fantastic view of the tarmac, runway, and airport surrounds.
The aisle and exit clear. Your smaller bags and heavier items go under the seat in front of you. Larger bags can go in the lockers.
The flight from Melbourne to Hobart was only around about an hour. We had a coffee on board and that's probably about it. The flight was quite bumpy, but thankfully short, and it wasn't too long before we touched down at Hobart Airport. Hobart Airport is quite small. It only has 5 or 6 gates and you've got to board and get off the plane via external stairs. So it was a bit rudimentary, but we got off and collected our bags. Because it wasn't very busy, it didn't take long to do this. We made our way out of the terminal and headed towards the Sky Bus. The Sky Bus is only $20 per person and it takes you into the heart of Hobart CBD, and we were dropped off around about 1.5 to 2 blocks away from the hotel that we were staying at. So quite convenient and we didn't have to wait long at all. The airport's around about 19 kilometres from Hobart CBD. The trip takes around about 20 minutes. Along the way, you see some very nice scenery and you cross the Tasman Bridge, which was famous from having been hit by a ship and collapsing a number of years ago. You do get fabulous vistas of the River Derwent and Hobart CBD from the top of the bridge.
Battery Point. Lots of cafes, restaurants and bars in this area. great seafood at Muir's, great fish and chips at the fish marts here on both rivers, waterfront. On the right hand side, the Tasmanian Museum. And at the corner, there is also the Maritime Museum. Come down, grab yourself a ticket. And now we're coming in to stop to Brook Street Pier, also with the Salamanca and Battery Point.
Quite a picturesque bus ride. We were dropped off in the centre of the CBD and walked a couple of blocks to our hotel, the Ibis Styles Hotel. This is quite a new hotel to Hobart. I will do a separate review of this hotel in the coming weeks. It was still a little bit too early to check in, so we left our bags at reception and then headed out the door to check out Hobart. The hotel's located in Macquarie Street and it's only 3 or 4 blocks away from all the key major attractions of Hobart, including Gardens, Parliament House, Constitution Dock, Salamanca Place and other attractions. We first checked out the delightful St David's Park and then headed off to Salamanca Place. It was Christmas Eve, late in the afternoon, so not many places were open. We did come back a number of times here during our stay in Hobart over the coming week. There were a number of reasons to coming to Hobart. Firstly, Tasmania's Taste of Summer was one, which is a world-renowned food festival, and I've always wanted to come and see the Sydney to Hobart yacht race. We certainly got to see both of those things, as well as many, many other great attractions in Hobart. We kept wandering around the waterfront, around Constitution Dock, and just checked out the wharves and the different ships along those wharves. It was pretty quiet being a Christmas Eve, but our walking did provide us with a little bit of appetite. It's only about 5:30 p.m, but there weren't many places open. We spotted a seafood restaurant and decided to go in and beat the crowds. We went to Fish Frenzy, located on the Elizabeth Street Pier. This is, well, not so cheap, but it was cheerful and casual. We started off having a couple of chilled Tasmanian rosés. Very nice indeed. The food came all at once. I had oysters, half a dozen natural oysters, grilled octopus, chips, and a Greek salad. This is interestingly served in a paper cone on a plate. Joe had fish and chips, also served in a cone on a paper plate. The food was really nice. The seafood was really nice and fresh, and the chips were nice and crunchy. It was a very nice meal at the Fish Frenzy. We headed back to the hotel for a well-earned rest. I do hope you've liked this video. If so, please consider hitting the like and subscribe button and hit that notify bell so you'll be notified of our future videos. If you'd like to support my channel, please consider buying me a coffee. Until our next adventure from Tasmania, you take care and bye now.